there was crisp and cool and tasted faintly of antiseptic cleaners. The walls were brilliant and white, made even more unbearably bright by the fluorescent strips that crisscrossed the ceiling in the patterns that seemed vaguely religious but were more likely a simple coincidence of design. Black and wood and mostly glass, the furniture was arranged in the most stoic and impersonal way possible. The long conference table that ran down the middle of the room was centered exactly beneath the huge picture window that took up most the far wall. The 10 tall chairs were connected in such way. On the either side of the table were placed at perfect intervals and adjusted to perfect height. The bookshelf had lined the far wall had exactly 10 shelves, all filled with identical rows of hardbound legal ledgers. Next to the bookshelf was a high-tech coffee machine, something that would have looked more home at NASA headquarters than on the 35th floor of banking building in the heart of Tokyo. The coffee machine had 2 separate LCD screens, enough buttons and levers and switch to launch a nuclear war, and no discernible apparatus where actual coffee might spring to life. I took my seat at the far corner of the table. The other 19 chairs were already occupied, and I did my best to ignore the looks thrown my way, a mixture of things ranging from general curiosity to vague quietness to outright disdain. It didn't help that I was 10 minutes late, or that in my floor-padded short-sleeve skirt and dark jeans I was severely underdressed. In this place I was interloper, and everyone knew it. It was to the fake expert in their midst. Other than me, everyone in this room had made the choice to transplant their lives to it, to bundle up their possessions, to say goodbye to their families and friends, and to travel around the curve of the world. Most had arrived in Japan within the past few weeks and were still in the process of trying to familiarize themselves with the strange, exotic, and locale, trying to find a partner and source of edible food and networks of new friends. Deep down, I was sad most of them were not only terrified at the difference they had already discovered, but also elated by the possibilities, by the incredible sense of freedom they gleaned from those who'd come before them, a playground of opportunity for those smart enough to take full advantage, and there was no doubt that this group had the necessary faculties. The potential in the room was nothing short of staggering. Of the 19 people were seated around the table, 16 had attended Ivy League universities, 6 had business degrees from Harvard, Stanford, MIT, and 2 were from former Rhodes scholars. All were under the age of 30, 17 were male, more than half were Caucasian, and only 3 had Japanese ancestors. It was exactly that you might expect the new class of one of the biggest American investment banks doing business in Asia to be, but to see them all gathered together on a polished glass board was the littlest bit frightening, because along with so much potential came enormous risk, not just of ability squandered, but the abilities misused or used correctly but for the wrong reason towards the wrong goals. All those concerts weren't just overly dramatic music of former thriller writer journalist interjecting himself into the community for the selfish goal of publishing books. The investment bank itself bears the same fears, and evidenced by those early minds gathering in a boardroom high in Tokyo sky.